Hey, what's up guys, it's kamakazisolja, and today I'm not bringing you any Call of Duty, but actually this is the open beta for Killzone 3 that's on the PlayStation 3, or the PlayStation Network. So actually the servers were down at the time of this gameplay, and so that's why I went to bot mode, which is actually kind of fun. It's similar to the Black Ops bot mode where you can, I'm sorry, the combat training in Black Ops where you just play against robots and like their silly AI. So that's what I'm doing right here. Right now I'm like doing my my weapons selecting or whatever, and I'm gonna go into the game. Now this is like my first impressions of this game and what I think of it as of this time after playing about 2-3 hours of this game. So let's go off with the positive stuff. Positive things. It's let me think. The positive things, well, okay, the missions, like the multiplayer missions, are tons of fun. I love the fact that they have like a different, different feel to them than Call of Duty. You don't just have like your domination. You have like different game types in one game type, or different game types in one game. Like you'll start with a team deathmatch, and then you move into a search and destroy, or not search and destroy, but more of a demolition. Then you move into like a sabotage, and it's all in one game type. So you'll have these like 20-minute epic battles, all in one game. And I love that. And if you just saw right there, like the melee, they're pretty epic. I really enjoy the epic, how they put the effort into to make the melee animations a lot more gruesome and gory. I mean, I love the gore factor in this game. The fact that there's actually lots of blood, I think it's awesome. So another thing that I find positive in this game is the fact that there's like different classes, that each person, it's not like perks, but it's similar to perks, kinda. Like each person has their own thing that they're able to do. For example, like infiltrators can, dress up as the other team, which, oh my god, that's a negative for me. That's a con, and I'll get to that later, but, there's like tactician there, which means that they can set spawn points for your team. There is like marksman, so they have like a better like weapon or something, or they have like better accuracy or something like that. Here I commit suicide on accident because I didn't know you could jump into water. But so yeah, there's like different things like that. You can be an engineer and start building stuff. You can build turrets and stuff like that. And I think that's pretty cool. I like that aspect of bringing it into an FPS shooter. I played a little bit of Killzone 2, but it was such a long time ago that I hardly remember. I hardly remember what the gaming was like that. So, anyways, yeah. So the weapon that I'm using is a shotgun, and it's OP. It is so overpowered. You can hit people from so far away. It's just ridiculous. And yeah, so that's why I'm using it, and I'm in bot mode, so that's why you don't see my gamer tag. You see my my actual name, and I'm assuming it's because it's connected to my PlayStation login name, not my my PSN name, but like when you log into your PlayStation 3, it logs into a name, and I think it's connected to that. So anyways, on to the cons of this game. Oh, I'm sorry, another pro that I had is the fact that there's like animation, like movie sequences inside of a freaking multiplayer game. It's awesome. Like when you're like the best on your team, like they pick like the top 3 from each team, and they'll be featured in like the movie sequence at the end or beginning of the game, or even in the middle, depending like when they switch game types. And I think that's really cool. That's a nice feature that they threw into the game. But anyways, on to the cons. First con, the controls. The controls are way too laggy for me. They're not very fluid. I was hoping for something much more responsive. These controls are really. There's like, I want to say like a good half-second, well maybe not half-second, maybe a quarter-second delay of what your character will do when you give its like instruction. Like, so if you move the stick right, like a quarter-second later, your character will finally move right. And when it comes to games like this, like a shooter game, you need like instant gratification when it comes to controlling your character. So I hate that they give this like type of lag, and I guess it's supposed to feel like it's like the weapon you're carrying is heavy, but I think that's BS. I think it's just because they didn't program it, because this is a 30 frames per second game, and they just couldn't keep it as fluid as Call of Duty, which is 60 frames per second. So yeah, that's like the only thing that, that's not the only thing, but that's one thing I really don't like about this game is the controls, and that's really the deal breaker for me. The fact that I can't control my character at any given second, like with full control and authority. I just don't have that feeling. Another con is the infiltrator class. Like, you're given a special you can see it that one of the characters on the other team is using infiltrator, but basically it's like super duper Ghost Pro on acid and steroids. Like, basically what you do, you change what your character looks like to be on your team, and they have the green name above them like they're your ally and everything. I mean, I think that's so ridiculous. The people who think that Ghost Pro is OP should play this, and I really want to know what they think about that. Because that is ridiculously overpowered. Ridiculously overpowered. You can just run into the opponent's spawn, and you know, if they look at you, they'll be like, "Oh, you look cool." You know, there's like only 2 ways I know of to figure out if someone's an infiltrator, and that's by putting your crosshairs on them. If you put your crosshairs on them, if they're an enemy and they're an infiltrator, even like if they're dressed up and look like you, the crosshairs will turn red. However, you gotta get a nice triple kill on bots. Anyways, that's one way. The second way is by looking at your mini map. If you don't see a green arrow or something, a green dot, and there's someone there, that means they're an enemy. But yeah, anyways, the game is coming to a close soon, and I'm just gonna give my final thoughts of the game. I'm not gonna buy it. I don't think it's gonna be worth the $65 that I'm gonna spend. I think it's gonna be a different flavor than Call of Duty, but it's just not for me. That being said, peace, love, and harmony. I'm out. Peace.